Sean, tell us exactly where you are and what you're seeing.
Yeah, Tram and Troy, good afternoon to you both. We are right off of the eastbound lanes of the US 60, right at the closure point. If you look over here just to my left, you can see an Arizona Department of Transportation truck, an Arizona State Trooper, and several other vehicles completely cutting off westbound traffic of the US 60. Travelers are having to detour to the 74 East, but if you're trying to go to Wickenburg or Nevada or any of these places, the 74 East takes you all the way around this area. So this is such a vital artery for travel through this area, of course, because of the fire. And then behind me, off in the distance, I don't know, maybe 4 to 6 miles, you can see some of that smoke coming up in the air. It is reaching us, but of course this fire at this point is only about 100 acres in size. So the smoke is not very large, but we know in the river bottom where it is burning on either side of the 60, right just south of Wickenburg, there's a lot of fuel for the fire in and around that area. So we have not seen any cars here on the 60 since we've been here for the last 10 to 20 minutes because it is just completely shut down. It appears in both directions from what we can see. Here you see an Arizona State Trooper, multiple vehicles taking off. Just a very fluid situation here and just some major traffic impacts for folks who are traveling in this area. We did meet with a couple who's over here with us. They had to evacuate immediately from the Wickenburg area. They drove all the way to this checkpoint, if you will, or where they're cutting off traffic. But the gentleman just grabbed a bottle of water as much as he could, and he's traveling on foot back on westbound lanes of the US 60. That's the best they could do for him, was just say, go on foot, because he has multiple dogs. He has power that's out in and around his neighborhood in the Wickenburg area. So he just took off on foot because that's what people here in this area are faced with right now. So that fire actively burning and some major traffic impacts here on both sides of the US 60. Let's go now to Crystal Long for a further look at our traffic. Hey, Crystal.
Hey there. Okay, so here's the here and now on the roads, but keep in mind, it could be changing minute by minute, but starting with the wide zoomed out picture, you can see where the roadblocks land in comparison to those valley freeways. So it is a long stretch just to the north and west of the valley where the 60, all lanes taken away, both directions here. So first you're going to run into the barricades on the eastbound lanes in Wickenburg. Then for the westbound lanes, the cutoff begins in Morristown. This is a very long stretch of the 60. You're going to want to avoid that area at all costs, and ADOT right now says there's no way to even estimate when they're going to be able to pluck those suckers out and reopen those lanes. So you just have to completely take them out of the equation. Meantime, on all the side streets, things are going to be changing for emergency crews. And as the fire continues to spread, that can also create some additional stumbling blocks. So you have to know that things are going to continue to change, and you're just going to need another plan around this one. For example, if you are trying to hit the road to Vegas, the alternate route right now, about an hour on top of what it would normally be. You're going to want to take the 17 to State Route 69, 89A, then over to the 40, and then you can connect with the 93. So it's better to just delay travel at this time. Once again, bringing you back to just remind you, the 60, both directions, completely taken away between Wickenburg and Morristown at this time.
All right, Crystal, thank you so much for that update.